Welcome to Paul's Place Pulse, February to the May Series 2. Here we are starting off with Dom with Music Train.
Music Train by Dom Carey. I have been attending Music Train since 2019. The first time I went was to a friend's 50th birthday party, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Music Train is an accessible event for everyone who wants to book up, held in various venues around Bristol and the surrounding area, where musicians need members of the audience to sing and dance to live music. Last March, Music Train was in danger of closing due to a lack of funding. In order to keep Music Train going, Nick Gray, who originally set up this venture, approached Paul Place to ask if a partnership could be formed. This has now been agreed, and Music Train is going to have a safe future. Rock on!
And now for Archery by Jack Standing.
When I first saw the archery setup, I was excited. I had never done it before. I thought I was going to be rubbish at it. They had a stand with a bow on it, which was especially made for Paul's Place by a local company. This allows me to join in with archery as I cannot hold the bow myself due to my cerebral palsy. It means I can focus on aiming at the target and pulling the trigger to release the arrow. At first, I didn't even hit the board, but as I practiced more, I got better. It was really good fun. Joe and Andy gave me lots of advice and helped me get better. They have been doing archery at Paul's Place for many years, but only in the last year have they been able to do it inside due to the new building. It gives so many more people the opportunity to try it. Lots of people enjoy it, and it's been great to try something new.
Facts about art. The range art we use is about 7 meters long. You get 4 hours per go. The largest 10 circles on it, 2 for each colour. The middle is gold, third is red, third is blue, fourth is black, and 5 is white. You get more points the closer you get to the middle you get. We can use compound and massive bows. You can shoot when the instructor says safe to shoot. You can go to collect the arrows or move towards the target when the instructor says safe to collect. This is to keep everyone safe. There are 4 qualified instructors at Paul's Place. There are Paula, Gabby, Joe and Andy. It's a great activity to get involved with, and I can't wait to get better next time I try it. Everyone should give it a go. Travel blog by Laura Kit. I just returned from a holiday in South Africa. The flight was about 11 hours. I went on a 1-day safari during which time I saw some elephants, spring blocks, giraffes, rhinos, hippos, zebras, and wild beasts from our open top truck. I really got excited when I saw the rhino. It was nice to see. all the wildlife in their natural environment. The animals do not come right up to the truck but are close enough to see. I visited a few venues which were interesting. In fact, there are quite a few pictures of me with the wine glass in hand. I prefer the white wines, especially the dry variety. We moved about the country and I particularly enjoyed my time in Cape Town. They have famous mountain called Table Mountain. However, I enjoyed looking at it rather than climbing up it. They have many other fantastic views in the country. I would definitely want to go back to visit again.
Spring Gardening Tips by Scott, Sam, Nadine and Dean. Growing vegetables for beginners is best started small. For example, potatoes, radishes, carrots, lettuce, beetroot and tomatoes. To grow potatoes, buy a bag of potatoes from the supermarket, place them in a cupboard until they start sprouting. Now plant them in the soil in an enclosed bed or large pot. No need to use special soil, anything will do. To grow tomatoes, it is best to use a grow bag, which you can buy from a garden centre. You can buy established plants or grow them from seed by using a propagation tray. Use the seeds from the inside of the tomato, placing one in each compartment. Do not place the tray in direct sunlight. When the plant is established, approximately 12 centimetres, plant them into bigger individual pots. When they are approximately 48 centimetres, plant them out into a greenhouse if possible, water regularly and check soil is damp with your finger. Happy growing and eating. At this time of year, we need to alter the way we feed garden birds. Limit the food we put into the feeder just to fat balls and mealworms, as seed carries disease and can kill the birds. More advice can be found on the RSPB website.
Zach's story. It was a day Alice will never forget. She had heard rumours of the man. She had even heard her father talk about hearing him speak. "Who is he?" she asked him. "A merchant? A king?" "Oh, he's something much more than that," her father replied with a sly smile. "Some people think he's a very naughty boy, but there's certainly nobody like him." Alice kept asking more questions, but the more her father answered, the more it all sounded more vague. She decided next time her father met the man, she would sneak into their meeting to hear him talk. The day of the next meeting arrived. Alice's mum was very busy. "Your father's having 12 of his friends around for supper tonight. He didn't bother telling me. I'm doing all their cooking. Worse than a Roman, your dad, sometimes." "Will the man be there?" Alice asked. "Oh, I should think he will," her mother groaned. "Your dad's more married to him than he is to me these days. I've honestly got nothing in. It's going to have to be this wine and bread. Long-haired hippie git. He'll just have to lump it. And I want you in bed before they get here." Alice, of course, had other ideas. That night, Alice crept downstairs. All 12 were sat around the table, but before the man could even open his mouth, Alice's mum burst through the door. "I've had enough," she screamed. "You and your stupid lads. I'm taking Alice and leaving." Is there a problem here? The man said. You stay out of this. I don't have a husband because of you, shouted Alice's mother. Oh dear, the man said. If I've caused any of you trouble, I am sorry. Darling, Alice's dad said, you're embarrassing me. Oh, excuse me for living, Alice's mum screamed back. Honestly, just because he can turn water into wine and stuff like that. I know what all this Fisher of Man stuff is. It's you having a midlife crisis, isn't it? The man shouts up the stairs. Alice, are you up there? Come down, please, dear. Oh, no, I don't want you to worry my little girl, her father said. On the contrary, the man said, suffer the little children to come unto me. Alice did as she was told, and the meetings changed from then on. Alice's parents seemed to get on better too. Not that Alice saw much of the man after that, but she was glad that she had come to Jesus.
The History of Now That's What I Call Music by Paul Neef. I got my first copy of the Now One cassette in 1983 when it was first released, and then they changed to CD format in 1984. I've been collecting every one since the first edition, and I now have 122. Now 4 was the first CD, and they produced them 3 times a year. The best place to find backdated copies are charity shops. From Now 4, DJs presented them. Tracy Ullman did the first one, but Tommy Vance and the current voice of Mark Goodyear. They were the replacement for K-Tel, Ronco and Adco, which were the record labels. I will continue to collect them. They even published a book with a very impressive artwork, illustrating all the different covers. I've yet to find a t-shirt, a calendar, or a sweatshirt with the artwork on. But watch this space, because I can see that they might come out with them in the future. Spin-off editions are now being produced and are called yearbooks, which I enjoy listening to. The latest one has been out since April the 17th, or Friday, April the 17th. That is now 123.
So, our next articles are Get to Know You articles. And we asked 3 different people some questions to give us some information about themselves. The first one is a spotlight on Jack Standing. We asked what his interests and hobbies were. He said it was going out, being sociable, and getting to know people better. We asked him to tell us something that we didn't know about him. He says he's independent and likes doing things his own way. He is a gamer boy on an iPad. What was your first job? Jack has never had a job. What would your last supper be? Chicken curry and a strawberry angel delight. What's your favourite song and or artist group? And that's Justin Bieber. What is one of your favourite memories? When I was 7 years old, I went to school for the first time and enjoyed it. The next spotlight is on the member of staff, Tanya Kingscote. We asked her again what her interests and hobbies were. I like reading true crime books. I like cooking and baking, and I love astronomy. We asked her to tell us something we didn't know about her. I have a pet dog called Millie. She's 11 and a cross between a Labrador and a Staffy. What was your first job? It was an office junior in a heating company making boilers. What would your last supper be? My mum's roast dinner and a Southern Comfort and Coke. What is your favourite song and or artist group? I Want to Break Free by Queen. What is one of your favourite memories? And that's when my nan and granddad used to visit twice a year from Cambridge. Our next spotlight is on Suzanne Holgate, who is our new day centre manager. What are your interests and hobbies? I like travelling and going on holiday. I also like going to live music events, going out for meals and karaoke. We asked her to tell us something we didn't know about her. I lived in Rhodes in 2001 and worked as a kids rep for Thompson's Holidays. What was your first job? An administrator in an estate agent's. What would your last supper be? Spaghetti bolognese. What is your favourite song and or artist group? All music, 80s and 90s, old school garage and happy hardcore for cleaning and driving. Also power ballads. What is one of your favourite memories? Riding a camel in Tenerife when I was 11 with my mum.
Cafe update from Gabby. The planning for the cafe is going well. We have ordered lots of equipment, including a bean to cup coffee maker, a standard mixer, a panini mix maker, a hand blender. We will open the cafe for 2 or 3 days a week initially and will be serving coffees, cakes and cookies, and will slowly build up to offering sandwiches, paninis, soups and jacket potatoes. Gabby has done her food hygiene course and is able to train others in food hygiene in the kitchen for members who want to volunteer. Hopefully it will be open in the first 2 weeks of May. We are looking to have around 5 or 6 volunteers to help out at first. We will be able to accept card or cash. Our next article is Pancake Recipe by Liz Taylor. Ingredients: plain flour 150 grams, 1 large egg, milk 125 grams, vegetable oil to cook. Method: put the flour into a large bowl, add the egg cracked, add the milk, whisk until the consistency of the smooth batter. Warm the oil in a frying pan. Ladle the mixture into a pan. Flip over when cooked on the one side, maximum 1 or 2 minutes. Cook on second side for a similar time. Serve with toppings of your choice. For example, lemon and sugar, Nutella and banana, or golden syrup, or go savoury and have a ham and cheese.
And here is Goffer to tell us about the holiday that some of the members at Paul's Place recently went on.
On the 20th to the 24th of April, I went on a respite holiday with Paul's Place to Albiston Hall, Cheshire. We arrived at the hotel at 5 o'clock in the evening. On Tuesday, we went to the nearest town, which was Nantwich. They went to their open air market and we visited a church. In the afternoon, we found an ice cream parlour called Snugberries, where we all had an ice cream. Wednesday, we went to Manchester to see the Imperial War Museum, which I found really interesting because I could manage to use my meta glasses to read things on the wall and take photos. There was a Harrier jump jet in the ceiling, and I could manage to touch some of the exhibits. I had a go with Simon's help, having got cracking codes on a Enigma machine, an Enigma code breaking machine. And we had lunch there, and we got back to the hotel, had a few drinks, and getting ready for evening meal. Thursday, we went to one place that I really loved, which was a Shire Horse. It was a place called Coatesbrook Shire Horse Centre, which I was really interested in. They had different wildlife there, like a ferret, a polecat, a fox, Scottish wild cats, an owl, and they had Shetland ponies and Shire horses, but they used their horses mostly for breeding and showing. After that, we found a pub for lunch, so we went in a pub garden, and on the way we stopped back in Snugberries again for an ice cream. The entertainment was really good on the evening. Thanks to Linda for getting me up dancing every night. I really enjoyed it, and we left the hotel at 10 o'clock on Friday and got back at 3:15. And I really enjoyed the holiday, and I'm so looking forward to doing Blackpool in August and September.
Comedy Corner. What do you call a bunch of rabbits walking away from you? A receding hairline. 3 men walk into a bar. The barman says, "What do you think this is? Some kind of joke?" What happens when gardeners get too excited? They wet their plants.
Simon's Gripe by Simon Hill. Why do we have to have National Day for everything throughout the year? For example, a National Clam Chowder Day, National Simon Day, or a National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. This is silly. It's all about money, profits, and commercialisation. Why do we insist on building houses on floodplains when we live in a country where it rains more days than the sun shines?
Okay, so here's our horoscope for the period by Mystic Greg. Aries, the restless flame. Spring stirs your bold energy, but beware of unfinished projects. They may start whispering for attention. Literally listen closely. They just want closure. Taurus, the patient earth. As flowers bloom, so does your desire for comfort. But your favourite cosy spot might feel occupied. Don't worry, your ghost prefers tea over trouble. Gemini, the twin echoes. You'll feel extra social this season, though you may notice people replying to things you haven't said out loud. That's just your other twin chiming in. Classic. Cancer, the moonlit tide. Warm weather awakens your nurturing side. Plants will thrive under your care. Even the one you definitely didn't plant. Probably harmless. Probably. Leo, the golden beast. The spotlight follows you into spring, sometimes even when no lights are on. If you see your shadow moving before you do, take it as applause. Virgo, the whispering order. A spring cleaning frenzy is coming, but you'll find objects in places you swear you didn't leave them. A tidy little phantom approves your efforts. Libra, the gentle balance. You'll seek harmony in all things, yet mirrors may feel a beat behind your movements. Smile at your reflection, it's just admiring your spring glow. Scorpio, the hidden depths. Mysterious vibes intensify. People may feel drawn to your aura, and so might a faint cold breeze following you. It's fine. Spring spirits love your style. Sagittarius, the wandering spark. Adventure calls, but maps might subtly rearrange themselves. The universe is guiding you somewhere delightful and slightly eerie. Capricorn, the silent mountain. You're focused and grounded, yet footsteps behind you might mimic yours. That's spring's way of reminding you you're not alone, in a good atmospheric way. Aquarius, the storm of ideas. Your creativity charges up with the season. Every time inspiration strikes, lights might flicker. It's not faulty wiring, it's cosmic applause. Pisces, the dreaming current. Dreams grow vivid and watery. Some may feel a little too real, but the visions hold clues to your spring blessings. Write them down before they drift away.
Thank you for tuning in for series 2 of Pool Space Pulse. I hope you have a lovely evening and day, whatever time it is where you are. Take care and see you for series 3.